Holy cow, look at the size of that thing! We gotta get inside, move it!
Engines ready. Rods are secure. Let's move out. I gotcha. Come on now. Watch out!
Holy cow, did you see that?
School of fish heading southwest.
Holy cow, look at the size of that thing! We gotta get inside, move it! Look at the size of that thing!
Watch the wave.
Waterline, get back!
All right, man, heave, pull, heave, ho.
On the cold North Atlantic, where the waves are taller than a person and the wind carries the salty taste of the sea, men in dark blue raincoats, black pants, and yellow hats are embarking on a journey not for the faint of heart. They are European fishermen, warriors of the sea, leaving the dock before dawn. The roar of the ship's engine mingles with the sound of the waves. The light of dawn reflects on the giant iron hull that is cutting through the waves and heading into the deep waters, where giant tuna weighing hundreds of kilograms are hidden. The sonar screen flashes. The first signal appears. Their hearts beat faster. Their calloused hands ready for the upcoming battle. A shout rings out in the wind, "There are fish!" and immediately
Móc nó vào chắc chưa? Kéo lên. Rồi, 1, 2, go!
the deck turns into a battlefield. The steel rods bend. The winches are taut as threads. And water splashes white. The fishermen lean over, using all their strength to pull each meter of heavy line. The sound of metal screeching mingles with the roar of the waves and their rapid breathing. Under the deep blue water, the giant tuna wriggled like a silver arrow, its scales glittering in the sunlight. Its body as huge as an ancient monster. One person held a steel spear, aimed carefully, and threw it hard. The spearhead pierced the fish's body. Red blood mixed with the waves, signaling that victory was near. But the sea was never easy. The fish struggled strongly, pulling the wind.
Watch out! Look out, get back!
Replace the auxiliary rope.
Rope, making it shake violently. The fishermen had to tighten the rope with all their strength and will. The coordinated shouts rang out rhythmically in the storm. 1, 2, 3, the whole team pulled together. Their bodies tilted with the waves. Steam rising faintly under the headlights. Finally, the giant fish's body gradually rose to the surface. The white light reflecting off it, lighting up the entire deck. Cheers broke out. They hooked the rope and pulled the half-done fish onto the deck. Water flowed around the fish's body. The lights glittered on its silver scales. And in that moment, sweat, seawater, and pride became one. Without stopping, they
Heave! Pull now, pull! Heave! Harder, keep it coming.
They continued to throw bait, continued to pull, continued to hunt. Each tuna was a new challenge. Each spear throw was a bet between man and the sea. It was pouring rain. The wind was stormy. But the figures in dark blue raincoats remained steadfast on the slippery deck. Their hands gripping the rope. Their eyes following the water. The waves were like walls that could not stop them from moving forward. Once again, the fish jumped up. The headlights illuminated their giant bodies. The winch ropes screeched like the steel music of the ocean. Then the second, third, fourth fish were brought to the deck. Each time a battle. Each time a victory. When night fell, in the silver moonlight,
The sea is calm again.
Holy smokes, it's massive! All hands on deck.
sunlight. Those fishermen sat quietly, looking at the horizon, listening to the waves like the breath of the ocean. They knew that tomorrow, the sun would rise again, and the journey to hunt giant tuna would continue. On that giant iron ship, in the middle of the vast ocean. They were not just fishermen, they were the ones keeping the heartbeat of the ocean. When the next dawn broke, the sea mist still lingering on their dark blue raincoats, the men returned to the familiar rhythm of the wind and waves. The steel winch roared like a war drum. The fishing line was dropped into the cold, deep water, and somewhere in the dim blue, the giant tuna were waiting again. They didn't say much, just exchanged.
We did it! We actually did it!
Nods. Their eyes steadfast under the brim of their yellow hats. One fisherman tightened his grip on the fishing rod, his feet slipping on the wet floor. But he didn't let go. The fish jerked. The line stretched. His calloused hands bled. Steam and sweat mixed together. And all that remained was the whistling sound of the line, the howling wind, and the pounding heartbeat. Under the murky water, the giant silverfish's shadow spun like a whirlpool, its muscles bulging, reflecting a blinding white light through the sea. Then suddenly, it burst from the water, its entire body more than 3 meters long, tossed in the foam. Like a fury of the ocean, the fisherman leaned forward.
Keep the tension, don't let it slip!
Chúc mừng. Mong là hôm nay chúng ta sẽ bội thu.
Dỗ ta, kéo mạnh lên nào.
Another spearman threw it. The steel tip glinting in the sunlight, piercing the fish scales. A shout mingled with the sound of the waves. Hold the rope. Pull up, and the ship shook violently again in the strong wind. The winch roared. The rope screeched like the scream of metal stretched to its limit. Water sprayed white around the side of the ship. From under the water, the giant fish rose. Its heavy silver body lifted slowly from the sea. The white light reflected off the scales like 1,000 small mirrors. When the fish hit the floor, water poured down like a small rain. And the whole ship was silent for a few seconds before cheers echoed across the deck. They had won. But no victory was easy.
Pull! Heave! Watch the line tension!
Their hands were still shaking. Their backs were still sore. But there was something shining in their eyes, the pride of those who conquered the sea. The wind carried the smell of fresh fish, salt, and even the rust of iron from the hull, blending into the taste of the real ocean. They continued to cut the meat, each shiny knife cutting through the crimson fish. The sound of the knife sliding on the flesh resounded like a cold steel song in the middle of the night. The steam rose. The yellow light reflected on their rough hands. The pale light spread on the calm sea. The 5th, 6th, and 7th fish were pulled up that same day. Each weighed nearly half a ton. Each time a battle with nature and with themselves. When the sunset died,
Look at all the birds following us. It is beautiful out here, isn't it?
the sea red. They still did not stop. The fishing rod still shook. The line still pulled. The yellow caps still reflected the late afternoon sun. They stood there, in the midst of the storm, without complaint, without hesitation. Only the steadfastness of people accustomed to the boundary between life and defeat. The sea growled like a challenge. But they responded with the silence of those who understood its harsh laws. And when night falls, the sea is as calm as a mirror. The moonlight shines on the giant iron hull. The fishermen in dark blue raincoats, black pants, yellow hats sit with their backs against the fish tanks. Their eyes turned to the distant horizon. There,